The University of Pittsburgh receives nearly $700 million in National Institutes of Health funding. And fears about whether Pitt will keep getting that money are growing across the campus. The potential impact for Pitt researchers was front and center at the United Steelworkers headquarters today, where union members met with local Democrat lawmakers to discuss how the cuts could impact jobs, progress on critical medical research, and the local economy. The threat of National Institutes of Health funding cuts is already having a ripple effect at the University of Pittsburgh.
The feel on my floor at the university is very somber and uncertain.
U.S. House Democrats Summer Lee and Chris DeLuzio held a roundtable with union members. The United Steelworkers Union represents more than 10,000 faculty, staff, and grad student workers at Pitt.
Changes to caps and indirect funds alone stand to cost the university more than $163 million. These cuts will directly impact USW members doing a wide variety of work across the university.
Pitt Research Operations Manager Nicole Hayes says the NIH indirect funds pay for researchers and support staff salaries, specialty equipment, overhead costs, and more.
In my home department of transplant, we have our grant funding being curtailed. We had study sections canceled and not rescheduled, so we can't even begin that research. And it's very difficult to even be able to begin our new projects when we can't even finish our old ones because we're using other funds from other endowments to cover work that we can't finish.
Tyler Bickford, unit president of the Pitt Faculty Union, says major research projects on women's health and Alzheimer's are in limbo. A graduate researcher in the CMU Pitt Joint Computational Biology program says her and her colleagues' work generates medical advances that keep people healthier.
I rely on NIH funds for both my training and for my research. And these limits on NIH funding really impact how I and my colleagues can do our jobs.
She says the consequences of the funding cuts will be felt by the entire community.
We can't just start and stop science on a whim. It will cause lasting damage to life-saving research on subjects from Alzheimer's to diabetes to cancer and many, many more.
Reps DeLuzio and Lee discussed how the cuts could impact the region's economy.
The eds and meds part of our economy is huge. It is a major driver of jobs in this region.
We're talking about 21,000 jobs that NIH funding supports in Pennsylvania.
But if we join together as a union with our elected officials and the community at large, we can be heard and we can use that voice to make a difference.
I reached out to the White House for comment on the concerns raised by Pitt researchers and students and union leaders today, but we have not heard back. Pitt and CMU are among the universities and hospitals suing the Trump administration to block the cuts.